Good morning, YouTube, and welcome to another week in the life of running our dealership, NG Supercars.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan, and this is our dealership, NG Supercars, and it's Christmas week. And unfortunately, I am going to be at the shop for a few times this week. I was hoping to not have to come into the shop, but, well, business never stops. Over the weekend, we got solid offers. Multiple people interested in the 430 Spider that we just got. This was Al Toon's car. We just bought it from him. Actually, we converted to a manual and put in the IP exhaust earlier this year. He's been like offloading a bunch of his stuff, and we bought, I think, 6 of his cars now. So we got it. It came in. I did a short on it, and we had like, I don't know, 5, 6 people interested in it, including someone who's already bought cars from us before. So we love repeat customers, and obviously we want to give them priority whenever possible. He is supposed to kind of lock in his stuff today or tomorrow. So I'm giving him till tomorrow. And then if not, then I'm going to open it up to the other people that were interested in it because, well, so the only thing is I need to call and get new tires set up because those Bridgestones are garbage. So we're going to put some nice Michelins on this thing, but I got to find out how quickly we can get some. So hopefully we can get them the next day or two, but it is Christmas week. So I don't know. We'll find out. The 360, we do have some interest in it. So, that thing came back last week. If you didn't see that, go watch that video, that whole thing. So we have some interest, no solid offers, but I got to discuss and go back and forth with some emails and things. And then I did get some offers on this car, including someone who wants to come see it, but it's a Lamborghini, so I put like a 2% chance that it actually sells. So I'm just throwing it out there, like Lamborghini people say they want to see stuff and then they don't buy it. We'll find out. I don't know. It could be absolutely someone serious, but you never know. This is Steve's car now, so he's going to be storing it with us for a little while until he gets situated. He's moving. He's in the middle of buying a new house and stuff. Yeah, he's our friend. We'll hold it for him. The Mercedes. Oh, the Porsche, we finally got some interest in that thing. I lowered the price on it, and it's funny because it does have 2 damage incidents on its Carfax, and we priced it appropriately to that, so it's way below wholesale. It's crazy because people are, anyway, you can't even really tell. I mean, I think maybe you can kind of see, I don't know, can you kind of see the front bumper maybe it's been repaired? I don't know. It's supposed to have been damaged here and here. The body line looks almost perfect. Whatever. Anyway, we would love to see that go because, as you know, we aren't the greatest at selling Porsches. We're really good at selling Ferraris. Rear bumper supposedly got damaged and I don't see any. That looks fine to me. Well, so that's going on. The Roma is supposed to get picked up this week.
I'm fooling y'all, man. I was fooling y'all. Those was jokes.
We'll see. That car is going to go get converted this week. I need to figure out if we need to swap-a-roo that with the other car maybe today. This car is going to get converted after the New Year's. So that car is next in the queue. Still have the Audi TTS and, of course, Scott's car, which we will start working on at some point. So it's going to be kind of a quiet week, I hope.
Nope.
Maybe this will be the first time in months where I'm not scrambling to constantly do a bunch of crazy crap.
Jinxed.
In fact, my plan is, besides just doing these deals, is I want to start writing down and planning 2026. So one of the things that we've done is we decided to formally create a board of directors that is an advisory board. We're going to start doing that. We're going to start having board meetings and really treating this thing like a real company. We've been kind of scrambling, and poor Josh and I have been running around with every last ounce of effort trying to keep this whole thing going, and we kind of finally are tapped out completely. I literally do not have enough time to do everything that I'm trying to do. So we're going to have to start figuring out some other stuff to make that work. Sure, that means we're going to have to hire some people or some stuff like that. 2026 is going to be interesting. We do have 2 positions that we're probably going to be hiring for very soon. We're still debating what that looks like, so I don't want to talk about that just yet. I would like to kind of go over with the board what our official plan is and see what makes the most sense before we start announcing positions. But for those of you who have dreamed of working at a Ferrari-like dealership, hey, Tyler, Yeah, thanks, buddy. For those of you that have been dreaming of working in a situation like this, that opportunity might be coming up. So that is something to consider. We are a startup, so we pay like a startup, which means it's probably not great. I don't pay myself great. We don't pay anyone great, but we do get some cool benefits. We get to play with some really neat stuff. I'm not going to talk about that yet. We'll talk about it when it happens. I'm going to sit down on the computer, try and hammer out these deals, see what we can figure out, answer a lot of emails I have about these cars. So lots of people are interested. I'm gonna see what I can figure out on that, and maybe we can get some cars sold today and tomorrow. That would be awesome. And then of course Christmas, and we'll see how this week goes. I don't expect a ton of really interesting things to happen. So, by the way, so one of the things that we check on when we do inspections on these cars is we always look at the fuel pumps. The coupes, usually you can snake a borescope through the side panel, and then, you know, depending if you got an articulating borescope, you can look at the fuel pumps that way. And the convertibles, you can't, because there's this tub right here, and you can see, like, when you try and snake it down through there, it gets in the way and it's really complicated. But I just realized there's a trick that makes life so much easier, which is to pop off this cap right here. So you just push it in and pull it off like this, and that's for exposing the A-frame bolts. But there is a gap right there, and you can actually snake a borescope over to the fuel pump right there. So if you're just trying to get a quick sense of if the fuel pumps have been replaced or not, or if they're leaking, that's a quick way to do it, as opposed to popping off the cap. Now, obviously, if you're at a shop and you have access to tools, popping off the cap takes all of 2 minutes. I mean, literally, it's just 5 3mm Allens. It's not a big deal. But if you're out in the field, or if you're out running around or something, and you don't have access to tools, but you have a borescope, which is typically what we have when we're running around and looking at these cars, that's a great way to do it. I don't know why I didn't think of that sooner. But anyway, pro tip, there you go. That saves some time. Okay, YouTube. It's 1:56 p.m. I'm still not caught up with everything. Today has been one of the craziest days I've ever had here. Thankfully been spread out just enough where nothing has been clobbering the other things going on. It's kind of challenging because I have to try and remember to do one thing at a time and finish it to completion. Here's what's going on. So we have a solid offer on the 430 that was owned by Al Toon, and it is going to our friend who has bought cars from us before, and we've bought cars from him, so it's going to a repeat customer. He's gonna be super happy with it. So he's supposed to come up tomorrow to close that deal. So I had to start doing the paperwork for that deal so he could get all the financing and everything arranged. I have tires ordered, and they hopefully will come in today. So late today, I might be taking this over to the tire shop and getting that done. So I'm trying to get stuff done before then. Loper! Thank you, Loper. I had another guy, phone calls, I talked to him. We've had a bunch of people interested, but one guy seems very serious, and he wants to come look at it next week. Oh, my sister. Thank you, Christina. So he's supposed to be coming. So I had a phone call with him, had to take some pictures, walk around the car, do all that stuff. This car, I had an offer. I told them yes. They haven't come back to me, so I don't know what's going on with that car. So it may or may not be sold. That car has had multiple people interested, a couple of phone calls. No one's committed. Feel like there's a strong probability it will sell today or tomorrow or probably this week. And then finally, the remote consultation or the remote consignment car, that deal also went through today. So we have an offer for that car. So that car, I have to do all the paperwork and stuff on that one. To make it a little more interesting, part of the agreement was that the person buying it wanted the fuel pumps changed. I got myself into a situation here. So the cost to have Ferrari of St. Louis change the fuel pumps is probably, I'm guessing, like $5,000. I don't know. I have no idea, but it's not going to be cheap. The cost for me to buy the fuel pumps and fly up there and change them myself is probably maybe $2,400 tops, including like hotel, food, rental car, etc. So I'm kind of like, well, maybe I'll do that. So I ordered fuel pumps. They're shipping up to the car in Missouri, and I'm going to go take care of those. And we kind of bake that into the cost of the car and whatever in the deal and blah, blah. So the seller got the number they want. The buyer got the free fuel pumps, basically, and everyone's going to be happy. So as part of that, I'm willing to do that. And they basically rolled in that I won't be out any money in the cost of the sale. So we're all set. Now, I do need to change out the spark plugs and ignition coils for that 360. Those just came in. By the way, if you're buying the Bosch ignition coils for a Ferrari 360, you can buy them on Summit Racing. I don't know the part number off the top of my head. Obviously, it's not the same part number as the Ferrari part number, but it is the Bosch part number. So it's literally the same part. Just doesn't have a Cavallino on it on the box. So ordered those, gonna change those out, gonna change the spark plugs. I'll probably do that tomorrow. Since today I'm still doing all this paperwork and stuff. I guess it depends if I have time, but probably not. I still haven't even had a chance to have lunch or anything yet. And I still have to do the paperwork for this remote consignment deal. So I'm working on that right now to get that to go through. Oh, yeah, it is a crazy day. It was my brother. The tires are in for the 430 Spider, so let's go take that and get the tires done. And I'm still doing paperwork. This has been an absolutely insane day. Just nuts. Well, anyway, let's go take care of that. Alrighty. Back from the tire shop. New Michelin's on it. So he's coming to close the deal tomorrow around noon. So I can come in here at like 9 a.m., give it a bath, just clean it up and get it nice for him. So that deal's all set. Should happen and close tomorrow. The 430 consignment car up in St. Louis. That deal, all the paperwork's done. I sent it out. They just need to e-sign. As soon as they do, the deal is progressing, I guess, because so as part of that deal, he wanted the fuel pumps replaced. And so I said, great, let's do that. And then the fuel pumps cost so much to have Ferrari do it that I'm going to fly up to St. Louis and replace the fuel pumps. So I booked tickets and I'm going back to St. Louis in 2 weeks. So hopefully I timed it right where I'll fly in after the pumps arrived. So worst case scenario, I'll have to do like next day air or something if it isn't going to make it in time. So I'm flying up there on the 7th of January, which is Wednesday, and I'll fly up there. Should be able to replace the pumps in maybe 2 hours or so. I gave myself a couple extra hours. And I'm staying overnight just in case, because you never know, something happens. I mean, we were joking on some of the comments that I'm pretty much the definition of Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong, goes wrong. I try and give myself enough room for things to go wrong. So that's the plan. And it's already like 6 something in the evening. I'm sorry, 10 to 6. And I thought today was going to be a normal kind of slow day. And boy, oh boy, was I wrong. I thought this week was going to be kind of like a chill, relaxed week. Oh no. Definitely not. That's just how it's going. So I'm going to go home and try and at least have a little bit of time. And I guess we'll finish up some stuff tomorrow. And yeah, so much for a chill Christmas week. The other thing is we're basically going to have almost nothing left in inventory. So if you know anyone selling a 430 360 or a 458, we're super interested in buying it. Also, if you know anyone that wants to consign a car with us and do our remote consignment, we're interested in doing that. You can learn more about it here. So go check out our services page. You can see where we do remote consignments. We also do consultations where we check out cars and inspect them if you're interested in buying one. Also visit normalguysupercar.com. They can buy parts and services from us using the code NGS10 to hook you up with 10% off most of the things we sell. And finally, our dealership website, ngsupercars.com, where you can see that we have no inventory. Oh, and by the way, if you're going to buy OEM parts and it's not something we sell on our website, go check out awitalian.com. That's where we buy all of our parts, including those fuel pumps that are being shipped out to St. Louis. I just bought those on that website. So check it out. Use code NGS10. It hooks you up with 10%. And we get a small kickback. So we do appreciate it if you guys are doing it, if you're working on your own cars. Yeah, that's it for now. I will see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, YouTube. It is Christmas Eve, and we have a busy day. I thought this week was going to be slow. And boy, was I wrong. Well, that's a good thing. I guess staying busy all the time is a good thing, even if that means you don't really get much time off. So first objective of the day is we have to wash this 430 because it is being sold in a few hours. So sometime around noon, our friend, our repeat customer, is coming to get this car. do all the paperwork and all that stuff. So I also have to do all the paperwork for that. I think I'll wash it first and then do the paperwork because I want to make sure it's got some time to dry. And paperwork I can do while he's here in a worst case scenario, but I don't really want to be washing the car while he's here. I think I'm also going to wash the yellow car as well today because we have someone coming to take a look at it on Monday, assuming nothing changes. It's just dirty. It's really, like, I know it doesn't look very dirty, but it's very dirty because it got shipped in and it's got shipping dust all over it. And I also want to clean it because I don't want to scratch it or whatever and have any dust and debris on it while I change out the ignition coils and spark plugs, which I am going to do if I have time today as well. And then I'm debating also washing the Porsche, because someone wants me to do a walk around video of it, and right now it's really dirty. It's been driven since the last time it got washed, and it's got, like, you know, dirt and crap all over it. So I'd like to present well. So I think that's my goal for the immediate short-term morning stuff is wash, somewhere in there doing paperwork. And then if we get all the cars washed and get all the paperwork done, get the deal done, I'd like to go home early. Oh my God, and take like a quarter of a day off. Part of it's I want to start preparing some stuff for Christmas because we're hosting Christmas dinner and I have to make a bunch of food and do all this other stuff. So I'd like to start doing some of that ahead of time so that we're, you know, ahead of the game. The thing I'm doing is I'm preparing for, my father-in-law. Thanks, Don. Preparing for our board meeting. And so I'm trying to get paperwork together for that, plan that out and all that stuff. And that is taking a lot of mental energy. And so that's one of the things is I want to just spend like a full day isolated, nothing interrupting me, so I can just focus on planning that out. Yeah, it's going to be fun. So this will be our first true board meeting with external board members, which I think is really going to be helpful for the company. I'm really excited about doing this. I feel like it's really going to help advance the company to have other people looking at what we're doing, how we're doing it, how we can improve it, how we can do better, how we can grow this, all that sort of stuff. So I think that's really important. So that is kind of the plan. We'll see how the plan holds up as the day progresses. So let's start off and wash that car. Well, just washed the 430 and I was sitting there like trying to remember what all paperwork I got to do for this. And I remembered that it's a Texas buyer and they're an emissions control area. So I actually have to go get this damn thing inspected. That might be a chore because it's Christmas Eve. I don't know if we're going to find a place that's open or not today. So we need to go find a place that's open. I need to make sure that the readiness monitors are set because if not, I got to go drive this thing and then go get inspected. So let's go do that. This is going to suck. I swear to God, YouTube, I have wasted more time in my life dealing with the emissions shit on Ferraris than you would ever imagine. They drive me nuts. It didn't pass, and it's because the catalyst monitors and the evap monitors aren't reset yet. So now I need to go drive the piss out of the car before 11, 12, 1 o'clock, whatever. So I'm so done with the readiness monitors. I swear to God, they have screwed us more times than I can count. Because these goddamn cars, the batteries die on them because people don't plug them in, and then they reset the monitors, and then no one drives them, and so they don't get reset. There's like a 75% chance if we have to do an emissions test on one of these cars that it fails. And I even checked it with the stupid launch prior, and it only showed 1, but their computer says 2. So now I have to go figure out why. And anyway, I'm just frustrated. Now I gotta go drive, so I'll be back.
2,000 years later.
All right. Thank God it reset. I drove it to O'Reilly's to get a new scanner because the big launch said it was fine, which the big launch seems to do that where it says it's fine and it's not. I don't know why. Specifically with the evap, seems to do it all the time. The little launch battery is dead, so I was like, all right, screw it. I'm just going to go to O'Reilly's and buy one of the little dongles. I bought the dongle, plug it in, it says it's ready. And I'm like, do I take a chance that they're both lying? But it seems improbable, so I drove it over back to the emissions place and it passed. So the evap reset sometime between getting the first inspection, driving it back here, driving it to O'Reilly's, and then back to the inspection place, which was a total of like 4 miles. I'm going to do the paperwork real quick because he's on his way. So we got to get that done. And then I guess we'll do other stuff. Well, YouTube, it's already 4 o'clock. So much for Christmas Eve being a relaxing, easy day. No, oh no. Today has been crazy, but it's been good. So it's mostly all good stuff. Thankfully, Was able to get the emissions and readiness monitors all set on the 430. So that deal went through, and we picked up this Audi RS3 on trade. I'll walk around and show you that in just a second. My Lord, it has just been nuts. Dealing with another deal, so I'm closing out the deal for the remote consignment. So our remote consignment that we did, that car that was up in St. Louis, that car, the deal is done, or at least all the paperwork's being signed and whatever actively, so that deal is effectively done. Again, I'm going to fly up there and change out the fuel pumps on January 7th, assuming the pumps make it in time. So that's all happening, and that's the kind of cool stuff that we can do since we're a little dealership. I guess it's kind of like white glove service or whatever. I still need to wash that car, so that's my last goal of the day, is to get that washed. I was originally going to try and change out the plugs and coils on it today too, but I'm exhausted. I am going to go home and drink some wine and hang out with my family. So I'm going to wash that, park it, and call it the day. Before I do, let me show you the RS3. Okay, so I know absolutely nothing about Audis. So yeah, it's an RS3. It looks cool. Actually, it does look kind of cool. Apparently, they're pretty quick. I honestly don't know. I know it looks cool. It's not that big a car. It's kind of small, which I like. I like smaller cars, even though it's a four-door. And the interior is actually really cool. I actually dig the interior quite a bit. Here we go. Look at those seats. Those are cool. Yeah. They're comfortable. I just moved the car around a little bit. It's got a big old sun or moon roof or whatever. It's got 3,800 miles on it. So it's basically brand new. And I believe it's got a transferable warranty. So it should be good to go. So yeah, this is a pretty cool car. If one of you are interested in this thing, send us an email, sales@ngsupercars.com, and it can be yours. I think otherwise we'll probably get it cleaned up, take some pictures, and get it listed on the website maybe in a week or so, since it's Christmas Eve. Okay, well, let me wash that 360 and then head home. I was hoping to get home at like 2 or 3. Nah, ain't gonna happen. It's already 4. I guess I'll get home around 5 something. Yeah, it is what it is. All right, all done washing everything. That is it for the day. I am going home. Merry Christmas if you celebrate it. Happy holidays if you don't. Thank you all for watching all of our videos. It's been a crazy year. I know we got one more partial week until the new year, but man, has it been a hell of a year. And I guarantee you 26 is going to be even crazier. Hopefully 100% less flooding. That would be great. That's it for today and for this week. Thank you guys so much. Again, check out normalguysupercar.com. There you can buy parts and services. Use the code NGS10. Hook yourself up with 10% off. And NG Supercars, our dealership website. We appreciate all of your support. All of you that have liked, shared, subscribed, bought anything from us, anything like that. Even just send us a thank you email. All that stuff is wonderful. We appreciate it. And we'll see you guys soon. We're going to be doing a lot of cool car stuff. You're going to want to stay tuned. It's going to be sweet.